The Jewish Week on JN1.
Well, of course, Oxford is known as one of the foremost seats of learning and academia and the city of the dreaming spires. But what's perhaps less well known is it's also home to one of the most well-documented medieval Jewish communities in the world. William the Conqueror brought the Jews to England from France to help boost trade between his new kingdom and his continental territories. The Jews migrated up the River Thames to Oxford from around 1080 and established a significant and thriving community in the city. The medieval Jewish quarter was situated in an area then called the Great Jewry. Beneath the floors of Oxford's town hall lies a fascinating glimpse into this past, as a new exhibition documenting the city's medieval Jews has just opened to the public.
Well, it's particularly important because this town hall is very site-specific. It's located in the heart of the medieval Jewish quarter. And so when they were revamping the Museum of Oxford, we were approached and really happy to integrate something about the Jewish quarter because we like to think it's the best documented medieval Jewish community in the world.
Among the centuries-old artifacts on display is an ornate base for a cross paid for by Jews. They had it made as recompense for one of their number who interrupted a Christian procession by snatching the processional cross out of the hands of an altar boy.
It marked the spot where this deranged Jewish individual had, insulted the Christian procession as it was going by, and the townspeople just wanted it to be memorialized.
Visitors can also see an original Jewish medieval doorway, which led to the underground tunnels connecting homes in the Jewish quarter.
It led to a system of tunnels that connected most of the Jewish houses at that time. It particularly connected a very large Jewish hall across the street, which belonged to Jacob of Oxford. Now, many people have asked me why would the Jews have had this network of underground cellars and passageways. And the initial reaction of most people is, oh, it's for security, which I'm sure had an element to it. But because Oxford was such a safe Jewish quarter, I'm not sure that in and of itself was necessary.
As non-Christians, Jews weren't subjects of the realm, but were wards of the crown and therefore under royal protection. The king could turn to them as his own private source of income and would tax them heavily for certain projects such as funding wars. But despite the persecution of Jews in medieval Europe, Oxford was a relatively safe haven because of the city's strong royal connection. Well, the Jews played an important role here in Oxford until they were expelled by King Edward I in 1290. The Jews returned to England in the mid-17th century, and since then, Oxford has continued to flourish under their influence. This is Edward BARAN for JN1 in Oxford.